Hello and welcome to a very special Life of the Party one-shot episode. I'm Sasha, your DM for this evening's adventure. Players, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we are!
Let the adventure begin. We catch up, not with Ventus Fortunae, but with gladiator Damianos Thalasse, during his time at Ex-gladiator, the stronghold of the mercenary group the Brotherhood of the Griffin. A citywide champion of the Moor arena and well loved among the citizens of Arran, Damon was wrongfully charged with treason and held captive in the prison built into the city walls of Arran. Mercifully, he was broken out by his friends Icarus, Maze and Pandora. These three, recent graduates and champions of Delphos Academy, were also on the run from the law on equally false charges of treason, thanks to the duplicitous Typhon Assembly, an underground organisation working to pull the political strings within the city. With help from their allies within the Brotherhood, Damon and his young friends made it to Ex-gladiator and spent the last 5 months under their protection. Our story opens on the eve of a visit by Lord Roman Peshek, Damon's gladiator patron and longtime friend. Having had a few too many drinks in the Barden Baron, Peshek is dared to commune with his god Maglubiot, but is seemingly crestfallen by what he hears in response. And that's where we open our story this evening.
Who dared him to do that?
Oh, who would do such a
Who would
thing?
do such a thing to poor Roman Peshek?
Ask your god if he's colourblind, it'll be a laugh.
So, Icarus, Maze and Pandora have all gone their separate ways for the evening. Damon, what are you doing?
Heading back up to my room where Peshek said he was going to wait.
Okay. Of course, as Armiger of Arran, quite an important figure, both within Arran and in Caldera at large, he has had a really nice sort of suite set aside for him in Ex-gladiator.
Hell yeah.
He's in Damon's room.
As he should be.
As he should be. As you open the door, you find him sort of staring out the window, deep in thought.
Something on your mind, bro?
One or two things, I suppose. Could say that.
You want to talk about what you heard?
I suppose it was rather plain.
Damon's going to go and sit at the very edge of the bed and just sort of elbows on his knees. Just give Roman his time.
Peshek stares out the window for a bit longer, sort of mulling things over in his mind. Like, he's a very proud man, and he's, especially out in public, he's got a very sort of honourable persona that he puts on. He's like, you never see any sort of crack in his armour, but there's a little bit of vulnerability in his stature right now. Like, he seems pretty shaken by the whole experience. The Typhon Assembly wanting to start the war is pleasing to our god.
Go figure. Fuck. Damon's gonna get up off the bed and walk over to the window to join Roman. Just part of me knew that answer was coming.
You know, I didn't see that coming.
It's too optimistic of you.
You know, I tried to be.
What could God of war and conquest want, if not a war?
I suppose I'd always pegged him as being more on the side of good than the corrupt. Though I don't suppose who's going to war.
I suppose who's good and who's corrupt depends what lens you're looking through, right?
Well, that's it. Maglubiat's always been one to preach that you should protect what's yours.
And what about you? You asked him what path you should be on, or rather whether you were on the right one.
Couldn't really give me a clear answer.
You've given nearly 40 years of your life in service of one deity.
Quite shakes up a man. Puts a hand on yours. I don't know what I'm doing now. Whether I'm supposed to just carry on as I always have. I mean, what else is there to my life? I've, as you say, it's always been in service of one thing. And that's always guided me.
No, it isn't. If I had to say what you were guided by, I would say it's by your own heart.
I've always tried to do the right thing.
You're not cleaning out the streets of Erin, helping out all the kids without homes, stopping, changing the mall so it's not a prison camp. You're not doing all of that for conquest and order and war. You're not doing that for Maglubiat. You're doing that because you're a good person.
To change one's life course, I suppose, as you say, in my almost 40 years. It's just not what I really expected that I'd be doing. Not what I want to do.
Doesn't mean you have to, just... Damn. When you taught me about Maglubiat, there was a light in you when you told me all about it. Don't let that go out so quickly.
Did I ever tell you about the pilgrimage I took?
I don't think you did.
It's when I was an initiate of the Maglubiat temple. It was something everyone had to do. There's a battlefield in the Needles, the mountain range between here and Shadeborn. It's something. It's an experience I couldn't really compare to anything else. I know many of us have seen active war zones, but this was a place where you could feel the effects of the War of the Three Crowns as strongly there today as it were then.
I never even heard of it.
It's quite the interesting place. And I remember because I made my way back from the pilgrimage via the keep on the lake, and just thinking how humbling it was. And I think that trip changed me. And I knew I always had to strive to do good for others who couldn't do it for themselves.
I'd like to see it, you know. One day.
Maybe I'll take you one day.
Maybe it'll make me as good a man as you are.
You're a better man than I could ever be.
Let me shove you lightly on the shoulder.
Oh, come on, enough about me. He sort of brushes it all aside. Obviously not wanting to keep the spotlight on himself for too long. Tell me how you've all been doing here. You and the younger three.
They're okay. They're coping. They're not great. They're young and they're about to be upheaved anyway.
But not like this.
No. Not like having to give up their whole lives save somebody else. They'll be alright.
You know I'm here for all of you. Whatever you need. And I'm working to get you home every day.
And it won't be long. I gotta just hang on to... We'll be back in Erin before we know it.
And how are you?
Pointless question. I'm fine.
Far from pointless.
Gotta soldier on every single day. You know? At least I'm not in chains.
That I'm glad of, if anything.
Not sure you could have saved me the same way this time.
The next morning, you have a task ahead of you. And you leave to Hindwick to retrieve the ring that Adira has been so graciously asking for to clear Maze's debt.
Leave me alone. I'm not here.
Spiritually.
Nope.
So we jump forward a little less than 24 hours to the town of Hindwick, where you and the rest of Ventus Fortunae have just succeeded in stopping a young man from wreaking further havoc on the instructions of a cursed ring. The ring is in safe custody, and the party are returning to Valorean to deliver it to Adira as promised. Damon, you've made the decision not to return with the group, and instead will make your own way back in your own time. You watch Icarus, Maze, and Pandora mount their griffins and take off, figures getting smaller and smaller, until they are merely specks amongst the clouds.
Oh!
The events of the last day sit heavily on your chest and uneasily in your mind. You think about the word you shared with Peshek the night before, the argument you had with Icarus over the presence of Adira, and the firm dressing down that you gave Pandora earlier in the day. You feel lost and conflicted and uncertain as to the path ahead. What would you like to do?
Damn!
Buddy.
Damon watches the griffins take flight, disappear into the clouds, and then just turns and starts strolling away from the town of Hindwick towards the fields. He puts about maybe more than half a mile between himself and the town before he just lets out a yell of frustration and anger, tries to scream out some of the tension. He's so furious at himself for losing it with Pandora, and dropping down to his knees, he just starts to cast Find Steed to conjure himself a horse.
The arcane energy coalesces before you and builds over the course of 10 minutes, sort of getting taller and taller. Do you do the warhorse again, or?
He conjures a warhorse, although this time it's the same horse, no heraldry of Erin. Nothing like that, just plain saddle and bridle.
Yeah.
Sort of as soon as it's there, like rests his head against its neck and just pets at it. Okay.
It nuzzles at your shoulder.
You say pilgrimage, Roman? See what we can find. Mount the warhorse and just kick it into a canter and take off in the direction of the Needles.
Yeah. So you're heading northeast towards the Needles. You spur this horse on, feet kicking up dust as you go, like this cloud running behind you as you just ride hard for as far as you can. It's already sort of evening when the other three left you, so it's starting to get dark. And you know you can't go like this all night, sort of in unknown land. But you spur on the horse as long as you can.
Horse can ride a long time. Damon's tired, but he can see in the dark.
Yeah.
He keeps going until he feels his body starting to sag with exhaustion from riding so hard and so fast.
You know at some point you're going to have to stop and find somewhere to camp.
Guess I'll look for somewhere to camp.
Okay. So where you've stopped, you've left the sort of rolling fields and like the little copses of trees that made up the town of Hindwick, and you've come into more sort of rocky, craggy, wild land. So it's very uneven surface of ground, everything's sort of rough, rocky formations and little caverns.
Great. Looks comfortable.
Yeah, like maybe not the most comfortable, but like could potentially find a sort of shelter if the weather were to turn or anything like that.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, roll me a survival check. Ew!
Can you survive? That is a 17.
That's pretty good.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So, looking for a place to rest for the night, somewhere big enough, potentially could house the two of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damon and the horse. I'm gonna call it Heracles.
Nice. What colour is he?
Black.
Okay.
Black with little white tufts on his feet and a little
Nice.
white stripe down its nose.
Socks.
Socks.
We love that.
I'm gonna call it Heracles, not socks. But socks is
But it's
also a very
wearing
good
socks.
name.
Wearing socks.
That's his nickname.
So you find ahead of you, there's a big sort of rocky outcropping that looks as though there's a little path going down the side of it, and it will be quite a big overhang.
Okay.
So you could potentially rest under that. So you take the horse alongside you, and you clamber down this rocky outcropping. And you immediately find yourself face to face with a wickedly curved beak and a pair of piercing yellow eyes.
Oh.
You pull back in surprise, looking into the face of a roc, a gargantuan bird of prey, with red facial feathers shifting into blue and then brown down its body, two impossibly large wings opening out in an 80-foot wingspan, talons extending, and an ear-splitting shriek erupting from it as you disrupt its nesting.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Roll initiative.
I'm gonna roll for Heracles as well.
Okay.
The horse is helping.
That's a dirty 20 for me and a 16 for Heracles.
Okay, hang on. 60 for Heracles and a dirty 20 for Damon. Okay. What would you like to do?
Oh my god, okay. God, I feel really bad because I've just disturbed this thing's nest, but also it looks like it's gonna kill me, right?
It's pretty angry that you're here. Like, you can sort of see over its big feathery shoulder, there's a nest behind there and some eggs.
Oh, I feel bad. Damon draws his short sword, one of his short swords, and as a bonus action is going to cast Thunderous Smite on it. The sword now has a smite like glimmering over the long blade.
Okay.
Let's go for a blow. Attack number 1.
Oh no!
Ooh.
That's an 11.
No, that does not hit.
My second attack. Okay, that's gonna hit. That's a 24.
Okay, yeah, that will hit.
So swings in with the first one, misses, swings back with the other one, hits it with the short sword. So it's gonna do a d6
Okay.
plus 2d6 thunder damage. So magical slashing damage. That is 11.
11 damage.
Yep. And 2 thunder damage, and it needs to make me a strength saving throw.
Okay, let's see if it can.
DC 16.
Okay. That's 25, I'm afraid.
That's okay. It just doesn't get pushed back.
Okay. So that's your go?
Mm-hmm.
Is Heracles doing anything?
He is indeed.
What can he do?
Heracles is going to charge forward and try and stomp it to death with his hooves. It's gonna fail.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's
no.
an 11.
Oh, the rock. Okay. It's going to make an attack at you with its beak. This like cruel curved thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Does not hit.
Then we'll reflect it off with one sword.
Cool. And with its talons, again, like just as curved and lethal looking as its beak, is gonna try and attack your horse. That's a 20 to hit, I'm afraid. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Poor horse.
Hang on. That's 16 points of slashing damage.
Still just alive.
Heracles, no.
It's okay, it just unsummons.
It's a fake horse.
Yeah, but it's the emotional trauma.
I have no emotional connection with it yet.
The judgment.
This thing is making a lot of noise as it's trying to slam itself down onto you for disturbing its rest this evening. So much so that it attracts the attention of two others in the vicinity
What
who come running up the hill towards you. Chase and B, would you like to describe yourselves?
After you, sir.
Okay. Standing at 5'10" is a human-ish looking man, but it's just a bit hairier. Just a bit hairier.
It's a fuzzy man.
He's a shifter. He's got a sort of slightly wrinkled, looks to be in his late 30s, early 40s sort of face. Stubble, but then much thicker sideburns. And his ears come into little tufty points. Got sort of this gingery blonde hair, and where his arms and hands are exposed, he just has slightly thicker patches of hair on his hands. Wearing knee-length robes and trousers in sort of simple green and brown colours with brown leather armour. Staff on his back that looks pretty normal. Staff in his hand that seems to curve into the head of a snake.
Ooh.
And yes, that is the first figure who comes running up the hill.
Figure the second.
Just behind this man. This hairy man. Is an 8-foot tall figure who is built like a brick shit house. This guy's huge. He is a Goliath with very dark greyish purpled skin, with silver hair pulled back into a ponytail at the top and shaved at the sides. He has a claw through his ear as an earring. Black tattoos on his face going down from his hairline, down his eyes and cheekbones, in the centre of his forehead and underneath his chin. And he's wearing very nice armour that maybe is a tiny bit too small. With green cape wrapped around him and like dangling out from behind, and the sleeves have been ripped off of the shirt underneath.
Is he really jacked in the arms?
He is massive. He's 8 foot and 330 pounds. He's massive.
Nice. Excellent.
And he's got a huge horse as well.
So you two come rushing in.
What the shit?
You see a huge bird of prey going at this poor figure and their horse.
You know, looks like we got some dinner on the go tonight.
Yeah, big chicken, sounds nice. You need help there, fellow?
Literally can't take your accent.
If you want to jump in, I'm not going to say no. They were with like one of its claws like between two swords.
We roll initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative, you two.
We hop.
And we'll start again at the top of the round.
26.
And
I got 19.
you are first in the initiative. What would you like to do?
Oh boy. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna swap my snaky staff for my normal staff. Bonus action, cast Shillelagh on it.
Okay.
And then just try and bonk this big bird. 16.
That hits.
Ooh. For 11 points of damage.
Okie dokie. It shrieks out as you hit it, feathers sort of flying off its wing.
Oh, shut up.
Damon, you're next. Oh, unless there's anything else you want to do?
No,
You've done
that's
everything.
turn and that's action
Yeah.
and bonus action.
Yeah. Damon, your turn.
I don't necessarily want to kill this thing, but I don't want to die. Damon is going to cast another smite. He's going to cast a second level branding smite as his bonus action onto the same short sword, and again try and hit this thing.
Okay.
So first attack is a 3 plus 8, and then I'm going to use Channel Divinity to add 10 more to that.
That'll hit. Yeah.
So 21.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay, so that's a 11 slashing damage and another
Slashing.
7 radiant damage.
And 7 radiant.
And the target now sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius around it.
Oh,
so it's
So
it's not advantage to hit it, but it can be seen better in the dark for anybody who might not have dark vision.
Like a Goliath.
Yes.
So the cave, which was sort of dimly lit beforehand with the sort of moonlight that was coming in, is now illuminated.
Nice. I'll try and take my second attack.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Okay,
No,
that's not gonna hit.
Oh no.
Cruelty.
I'm sorry. So as the first sword hit sort of hits it in the leg and it's sort of hopping back, it dodges out the way of your second attack. You doing like any movement or anything?
No. Not gonna risk an opportunity attack from this thing.
No. Okay, B.
My lad's just gonna like saunter in and like move around.
You went round.
Yeah, around Monkey. So that we're flanking.
Okay.
And just pull out this huge great axe from his back, which is just gold and silver and very impressive looking. And just take his swings at it.
Showing.
Oh, 2 8s. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
For 18 slashing magical damage.
Okay.
So it just slashes down with the great axe, and then slashes again with the great axe for 21 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and that is for. I can reroll once. Better. 19 slashing damage.
Sword. Starting to look a little rough.
You said you don't want to kill it, but it looks like it's trying to kill you, mate.
Yeah, well, eat or be eaten, I guess.
Welcome to the wilds.
It's Heracles' turn if he wants to do anything.
Of course.
No, babe.
Heracles might as well try and kick it to death with his hooves. That's a 17.
To hit? Yep.
Yeah.
Hooray.
For 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay.
As the horse's hooves come up and just boom boom.
A hardy horse.
Sturdy horse.
Oh, that should have been an advantage.
Yeah,
Just in case I crit.
just in case it crits.
No, for some reason.
Still good. Still good, still good. Okay, The Rock.
Dwayne.
Yeah. Dwayne is here. Dwayne is here in Caldera.
Mr. Johnson, no!
Mr. Johnson's very flanked right now.
We have to kill him.
There could only be one. So seeing the two of you turn up is thinking, God, more people trying to attack my nest. Will just turn on the spot.
Oh, take
Damon with.
Hold Damon's hand. Oh god.
Everybody wants to hold David's hand in this one shot.
Yeah,
true.
apparently so. Is going to try and bite down on Jaxon, so to
Hello.
speak. That would be 15 to hit.
Miss.
Ooh. So just snaps at thin air as you dodge out of the way.
Sort of move my staff into
Yeah.
its beak like, no!
And
Bad bird.
will try and slash with its talons at you. Yep. That's a 23 to hit.
I'm going to use lucky
Okay.
to use a luck point,
Yep.
and I'm going to roll a d20 instead.
Okay.
It's a 10, and that's what you have to take.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't hit you. I got 10 on the dice and then add the modifier, do you mean?
Yeah.
23 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
mod- my
sorry, 20 to hit. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 20 to hit.
Okay, still hits.
Yeah,
Got a +10 to hit, huh?
yeah. It's a big bird.
Big bird, big claws.
Big board.
I want my boat.
I can re-roll your 20 essentially and be like, take my one
Take
instead.
that one, yeah. Do you have to take the second one, or can
No,
you
you
choose?
You don't- I can choose, so if it's lower than what yours was, I can be like, hey.
Okay. Okay.
So it almost doesn't get me, but still gets me.
Get me, don't get me. So you take 18 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and you are grappled as it sort of hooks its talon into your shoulder. So you are considered restrained. You can try and save against it on your turn.
He just laughs.
Yeah.
My guy's just like, okay. Alright.
Just wants to be close to you. So grabs you around the neck.
Oh no, this is a no-go zone. Don't touch me there, this is my no-no zone.
Chase, your turn.
Seeing his friend get grappled by this big bird, for his bonus action, Jaxon is going to summon the spirit of the bear.
Oh!
Like betwixt us.
Okay, I'll put a
Put a d4 down.
d4 there.
Everybody gets 13 temporary hit points
Tasty.
Nice.
and has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Let me just double check that. It's definitely checks. Yep, strength checks and strength saving throws as long as they're in the 30-foot aura of the bear.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
And for his action, we'll just take a little advantage bonk with the shillelagh staff, because why not? That's a 22 to hit
Yes.
for, I guess, 9 points of damage.
Okie dokie. Damon.
Cool. Damon's gonna scoot around the rock, like to be within 10 feet
good God.
of the Goliath.
Okay, yeah.
Which means you will get to add my charisma modifier to your saving throw.
You have advantage on.
What's your charisma?
Plus 5.
I get to add 14.
With advantage. So if you don't get out this thing, like, what are you even doing here?
What kind of Goliath are you?
What kind of Goliath are
I
you?
already have plus 9 on my strength saving.
So you've made it, basically.
You still need to roll.
You need to roll, but you'll get at least 23.
Unless you roll 2 nat ones.
Let's find out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... I'm going to cast another smite on myself.
Okay, okay.
Get smoked.
Let's do Thunderous Smite again. It hasn't done me any harm yet.
Okay. There's a roll of thunder in the distance.
Yeah. Can be heard up to 300 feet away.
Oh Christ.
Reminds you.
Any other rocks in the area are alerted.
What, to a thunderstorm?
Yeah.
I'm going to take my first attack at advantage.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Second one hits. Great. 6 points of slashing damage and 6 points of thunder damage.
Still good. B.
With my plus 14. I need to make that strength saving throw, yeah? Does a 30 let me out?
No.
Okay.
You've tried
Yes,
forever.
yes it does. You break this thing's talon and it rears backwards, like swiping at the air.
No, mate, come on. Then I'm going to use my action surge to take my 2 attacks this
Okay,
action.
so take a second action.
Yeah.
What about second action?
About second action.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yes. That will hit.
For 13 slashing.
Okay.
And then second attack at advantage is again a 23 to hit.
Yeah. Just laying into this thing with your axe.
For a 20 slashing damage.
This bird's looking rough.
So I just break its talon off and then just slice.
With its own talon, essentially. Pick its little digit up off the ground and just stab it in its eyes.
Don't touch me. Come on. Hands off the goods.
My no-no square. Is that everything for your turn?
Yep.
Like no bonus actions or anything?
You.
Okay. Heracles. If he still wants in on the action.
Horse.
Why not?
Horse.
Maybe do better than Damon at hitting this thing.
Oh, I have flesh dice. Maybe flesh dice will be kinder.
Maybe flesh dice.
Yeah.
It was!
Flash
Yeah,
dice might be the one.
Stop.
That's more than 20 to hit.
Yeah.
For 5 points of hoof damage.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so hang on, another 4.
That is all it can do.
He's doing good. He's doing his best.
I'm proud of him.
Horse.
The rock's turn.
Doing the Rock Johnson's turn?
Doing the Rock Johnson in our D&D campaign? What an honour.
Okay, so it turns to the Goliath, who's just absolutely laid into him. Like it's one of its wings is sort of limp and hanging to one side, and it's going to make both its attacks at you.
Hell yeah, you are.
So beak attack. That's 27 to hit.
Okay. Ah! I'm gonna try and spend a luck point again.
Okay.
Roll my dice. That's a nat 1. So I just, luckily, I'm like, oh, what's that? Bend down.
Shiny rock. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, I'll let it have it.
Give it something after you've like filleted it.
Mocked this poor bird.
That's 19 slashing damage.
Okay.
And once again, its talon is sort of locked into your side.
I'm gonna puff up, and use Stone's Endurance to reduce the damage.
Okay.
So, I reduce it by 7. So how much?
It was 19, so 12. Puff up, they hate that.
So he just hits me, grabs me again, but I'm just like, and it seemed to take less damage than I might have.
Just clench really hard.
But its talon just sort of gets forced out of my muscle again.
You flex so hard, you expel a talon.
David is looking impressed.
Okay, so that's the rock's turn. Chase.
I mean, we've got this thing pretty flanked. It's looking pretty rough, right?
It's looking pretty rough.
It's a rock on the rocks!
It's a rock on the
a
rocks.
rock on the rocks.
It would seem wasteful to just overkill with like a big spell or something. So I'll just go give it a little
A little bop.
little bop on the beak with my shillelagh staff again.
Bop it.
Bop it. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Does a 14 hit?
No, it does not, I'm afraid. It swipes its face out the way. It's had this one too many times now with your little bop stick.
Then there's not really much point in any of my bonus actions. So that's my turn.
Okay. Damon.
Very sick of this thing. Damon's going to pull out his second short sword and take 3 attacks at it.
Oh, okay.
So first one advantage. That's going to hit with a 22
Yep.
for 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Second one at advantage.
Nice.
That's going to hit with a 26
Yep.
for 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then swinging the other one, the other short sword, to take a third attack at it. That's a dirty 20,
Yep.
which I believe does extra damage. Yeah, it does!
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna do 11 more points of, no, 13 points of slashing damage.
Yep. Oh.
Yay! Then it's just like, God damn it! It just runs the third slash into its throat and just slices up through its face. The blood like sprays over him. He's like,
Hacking bits off this thing. There's blood and feathers everywhere, and this thing is just squawking, backing away from you as you. It should never have picked a fight with you this day, clearly. And it just thuds to the ground with a resounding noise that sort of reverberates out into the space.
screw you.
Oh, that was eventful.
Then he's gonna wipe the blood off his face.
It's like a little cave that we're in now.
It's a little like overhang, so there's a bit of shelter. Like you've got a big opening at the front, but it could be shelter.
Yeah, this is alright, right?
Yeah? When you say this was its nest?
If you want to take a closer look inside,
Can I check to see if it's male or female?
you can.
Can I check to see if there's
I mean-
eggs?
There were eggs, quite clearly eggs.
Do a nature check on it.
Just sex the bird. I
Sex the bird.
Sex the
Dirty
bird.
20.
Somehow. This knowledge is just locked away in your brain. You're not sure how it's there.
You sex the bird.
Is it male or female?
It's male.
The mother's not here. If that's its nest.
I would like to peruse the cave.
Peruse the cave. Take an investigation.
An investigation.
I will aid you.
Thanks, buddy. It's a dirty 20.
It's a dirty 20. So, what on first glance, like in the sort of heat of the moment, in this sort of stack of stones and twigs and moss, what initially would have looked to Damon like a nest of eggs. It's just rocks.
Just rocks.
Yeah.
A rock and his rocks.
A rock. And his rock collection.
It's just rocks in here.
Ah,
Did you want to fry up giant bird eggs?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we have a giant... Listen, we got meat. We can fry up the giant bird.
Yeah, I know, but eggs, man.
Damianos.
Valorean.
Jaxon, I also miss eggs, but like, take what you get.
It's a big ass chicken you've got there.
Yeah, I've never eaten a rock before.
Well, neither have I. First time for everything, right?
Are we gonna do it here, or are we gonna drag it elsewhere then? If the missus might come back.
Well, if it's not
If it's not a nest.
then it's probably not gonna miss us.
Probably just a single guy trying to make it in the world.
All right, we can just stay here then.
Here, just cut it up and maybe salt some, dry it out for travelling.
Oh, I've got cooking stuff.
Oh, brilliant.
Sick.
Damon's gonna go over to the rock and just start, like, find probably like a thigh,
Yeah.
start removing the feathers and then like carving the meat up.
That's the chonkiest chicken leg you've ever beheld. Like, this thing could be on a spit on its own. Because this thing has an 80-foot wingspan. So...
Holds up and he's like, looks about one small morsel for you.
Maybe.
Let me just give the area a quick check around. Make sure there actually aren't any more of these.
All right, you do that. I'll start a fire.
Yeah, and Jackson's just gonna step out from under the cave, spread his arms out, just turns into a giant owl, which you will have seen him turn into things before.
Damon, do you see? Yes. Damon's like, oh, well, that's a neat trick.
And he's just gonna fly around and give the area a bit of a perimeter check.
I will use the rocks that it used as eggs to make a little like campfire.
Recycling.
Insult to injury.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yes.
That'll do.
Jaxon, make a perception check,
Yes,
I suppose.
I have an advantage because owl.
bird. Because and bird.
And I have a +8 perception as burb. So 24.
Yeah, you scan the area. There's a lot more of these sort of little overhangs and little sort of clusters of craggy rock and small caves and things, but at this time of night, like, there's not much around. Like, it's the sort of place that isn't densely populated by like roaming animals or anything, so it's not as if there's a bunch of predators out at sort of this time.
Sweet.
So you should be fine. Like, probably okay to camp here for the evening.
Yeah,
It's just unfortunate that Damon happened to
run into the run.
end
The
up
one
where he
big
did.
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just sort of stay perched for a little while and then fly back down. Just
All good.
turns back into himself. Yeah.
Awesome. I will go over to the edge and just whistle really loudly. Just come on, girl. And then my huge Shire horse will just come on up, climb on up and settle down.
The bear is also dismissed and you lose your temporary hit points.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, not my temporary.
Well, I'm sure it would have been fine if you guys didn't show up, but like, thanks.
Are you that hungry?
What?
You come and attack a bird.
I didn't, I was just looking for a place to sleep.
Oh, well, I found one.
Yeah, I found one.
And the bird found you. And so did we, so count yourself lucky.
Damon will pull out his cooking stuff and just start like cooking up a rock thigh muscle and meat stew with a few like supplies that he had in his bag.
Nice. Like, when the meal's all prepared, it's kind of like chicken, but it's pretty gamey as well.
Oh, nice.
It's like really hearty meat.
Ostrich.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I guess it would be like ostrich. Like,
Gamey meat.
yeah. And yeah, there's plenty to smoke or to salt if you want to keep it for road snacks. Rock jerky.
Rock jerky!
I'm kind of into it.
I'm really into it.
Yeah, I mean Damon's got the cooking skills. He'll just lay out all these strips of meat and start salting them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say you've got a good sort of supply of rock rations if you want to. Rocktions if you want those for down the line.
Yeah.
So what brings you up this way?
Travelling back up north. Well, I mean, northeast-ish.
You're definitely going somewhere.
So are you.
I'm just following you.
Weird.
Okay.
What about you? What are you doing in Rock's Lair?
Well, I'm heading up to the Needles.
Oh, right. I think that's on our way.
Probably.
To your nondescript destination.
Heading over to Crash.
Oh, yeah, then you can definitely head up past the Needles.
Yeah. We've joined forces to stop you from getting in any more trouble with big birds.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold that over me, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, does this thing happen often, or you find yourself in trouble?
I don't usually. I didn't used to leave the city very much. This kind of new to me. This being
City?
out in the wild thing.
He's
Which
a
one?
city boy.
Aaron.
Right.
Well, used to. Not there anymore. Don't live there anymore.
There's a story there.
Oh, what stories, mate?
This is true.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Oh, tradesies.
You first.
Me first?
Yeah. Sort of settle down around the fire. Sit down.
I'll pull out some alcohol from my little bag and just pass it around.
Pretty cozy little spot you've made yourself here.
Yeah.
Damon will militantly lay out his bedroll and sit on it.
Let's get a few drinks in us first.
Okay.
And then maybe.
You want to play a drinking game?
Yes. Drinking game would be great. And then I will spill my guts, because I know you've been dying to hear it.
Mate, I've been travelling with you for a month. I don't know nothing about you.
Yeah, and I don't know nothing about you.
Well, you don't ask.
Neither do you.
Anyway, it's meat size, thanks.
It's about respect, Val.
Yeah, and you should respect me. And I respect you anyway, Mr. Monkey.
I'm glad we're on the same page, and please stop calling me monkey. I turned into a monkey one time and you just don't let it go.
I think it was real good.
Yes, I know, everyone loves the monkey.
I want to see the monkey.
Oh my god. Takes a big step. And
You're gonna use your last wild shape for the day.
at least, well, my last wild shape for a short rest. But-
yeah.
And Jaxon turns into a little squirrel monkey.
Very good.
He's just there and does like a ta-da in his monkey form.
It's even funnier as a monkey.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And just kind of like monkey paws over to Damon, like.
Oh, that's really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Assuming if you say anything. Ta-da!
Can I pick you up?
Just sort of puts a monkey hand on your hobgoblin nose.
I like it.
Drinks booze as a monkey to see if it gets him drunk faster.
Just everything you do, mate, is just so charming when you're a monkey.
It really is.
Right?
Make a monkey con save.
What's monkey con?
What is monkey con?
0. 7.
It's getting you. It's hitting you pretty hard and fast.
Monkey big eyes.
Monkey has just 3 hit points. Does monkey on wild shape?
Monkey on wild shapes.
I don't know if monkey would unwild shape, but monkey's staggering a bit.
As soon as it affects him a little bit much, he's just like
oh.
just shifts back into himself like, oh, not trying that again.
Who needs drinking games when you have a monkey?
I'm glad.
No, that's amazing. It's amazing.
No, you know I think that's great.
It's one of many in my repertoire.
Yeah, it's still my favourite.
Of course it is.
What? It's good.
I know it's good, but there's more useful animals.
Well, I don't care about useful. That one's my favourite.
Alright, well.
You keep him around for the free entertainment.
That's it. He might not be my squire, but he is my court jester.
So, what's your story? I'm not gonna call you monkey boy. You're gonna hate me.
Well, hate's a strong word. I suppose. So, you know the Azurite, Steps of the Azurite?
Yeah.
from down that way. Used to be the leader of a tribe of shifters like myself. It was us, some other races, lizard folk, some werefolk, who just never really fit. Because everyone sees it as, ooh, scary curse, and we're like, well, we changed too, so whatever. Come be with us. We just sort of wandered around all over the place. About half a year back, came across this strange shrine in the rainforest. No god that any of us could recognise, just the symbol of a clawed, bestial hand. And all of us just felt so connected to it, like it was meant for us. We prayed, gave some offerings. A few days later, out on the road, and the scouts come back. They're like, Jaxon, there's a group, an armed group with guards coming up. What do we do? And normally, you know, that sort of thing, we're not warriors, we're not aggressive, we would just pick up camp and move on. But this voice in my head was like, if you don't hunt them, they'll hunt you first. Kill them all.
Damn.
And that was the order I gave. Set up an ambush and take them down. And between some of the stronger shifters and some of the werefolk, the guards were gone in moments, leaving the innocent refugees that they were escorting unarmed.
Hells.
And I had to live with that. They were travelling southward from their town that had been ransacked by bandits and ruffians, with what remained of their guard, and they left them defenceless. So I gave my order of, you take these people where they need to go, chose a successor to the group, and cast myself into exile.
Damn.
Just been trying to atone for it since, and when you came and saved my arse from that bloody great flower, nearly killing yourself in the process.
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm grateful, but think of yourself. I just thought, you know, maybe there's redemption in helping other people out as opposed to just hermiting in the rainforest and wandering about. Make up for past violence.
Let's see, you're on the right track.
Yeah, well, getting there.
I know a thing or two about exile.
No. You stuck out here yourself, or?
Not exactly self-inflicted.
Oh, worse.
Yeah. Say twice in my life now been wrongly accused of treason. Twice. And do you know much about Aaron? Don't suppose you would.
No, we were just woodfolk.
Can I roll a history check and see how much of a Val might?
Yeah.
Nope. So 8.
I might know, like, heard of it in passing, but don't, like, know too much about its history or how it operates.
Ready?
Well, it's probably for the best for me. We have this incredible fighting arena, the Mall Coliseum. Gladiatorial fights there, you know, the kind you find in like fighting rings any town, but grand scale, like tens of thousands of people in the stalls. And I can't really be humble about it, I was their number one up until recently. Fought my way up from bottom of the ranks. They used to throw prisoners in there. And made myself into their indisposable star. till me and some friends of mine messed with the wrong people in the wrong part of the city. And they put out a search for us, wanted our heads for treason through the city. We didn't do anything, we just knew too much. So we had to flee. Lucky to make it out with our lives. Been hiding with a small community up in the mountains, back near the Chaste.
At least you got people.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, mate.
that's fine. Left me with a lot of questions, you know,
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
about what I'm doing.
So why are you going to Needles? Got mates there?
No, actually, it's kind of a pilgrimage. See, I've spent the last decade of my life in service to McGlubiot.
Oh, bucko. Big guy.
Yeah.
Probably liked you in a fighting arena though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like that, but... Well, recently got some information, enough to question a deity.
Pretty ballsy.
And my closest friend. He's a cleric with the Temple of Beglubiot, and he said this pilgrimage really gave him the answers that he needed. Changed him. Fuck if I don't need that. So I'm seeking out an old battlefield from the War of the Three Crowns, and I don't know. I don't even have that much hope anything's gonna happen when I get there. I'm just gotta have faith, right? Always gotta have faith.
Hope for some sort of answer at least.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't come from someone else, just you making up your mind. Experiences do that to you.
Yeah, see something with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Get clarity on the situation.
So that's where I'm heading.
Oh, definitely accompany you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Well, why not?
No,
I said we're heading that way anyway.
it's a noble cause. Happy to help.
Appreciate the company.
Otherwise it would be that really awkward thing where you say goodbye to someone but you still go the same way, so you just kind of like avoid an eye contact.
Yeah, we did that for a little while, and then it was just sort of
Really
like,
weird.
we might as well just be going together.
We got about like 3 miles, just like 20 metres away.
Just parallel, and
It just got awkward.
it was dumb.
It was.
Well, I appreciate the company. For the arena, I was in the army, and I'm not used to traveling so isolated. It's weird.
Well, you got some buddies now.
Yeah.
Got that horse of yours. Got this guy's big fuck off horse.
Oi, leave Minnie alone.
You walking?
Well, I can sort of
Be a horse.
also piggyback on your horse because it's
Big.
yeah,
Right.
and also yes, I can be a horse or a bird or whatever.
That's a nifty power.
Thanks. It certainly comes in handy. You want to be avoided.
So what about you, Val?
Well, my story.
Yeah, what's leading you to Koresh?
Yeah. Valorant Vale.
Not gonna make that happen.
I think I can.
I'm from Koresh.
Right.
Travelled down to Azerite.
For what?
I guess similar to you, bit of a pilgrimage. Full title is Sir Valorean Colossi.
Inside check.
Make an insight check.
That's a 19.
It's an 8.
Damn it.
Sir Valorian, huh?
Valorian is his name.
Yeah, but it's the
The
Sir that he's
and
questioning.
Colossi might not be.
There's a little bit of a waver as he says "sir." It's like
Okay.
it's sort of new in his mouth.
Fresh taste
Like
of sir.
like, sir, sir, Sir Valorian.
Sir Valorian Colossi.
Sir.
You told me. Come on.
Yeah, alright. I'm a knight from Koresh. New. Recent. Very recent.
Okay. I mean, I don't know enough about knights to dispute that.
And neither do I.
So we'll just let you have that, and
We'll keep our opinions to ourselves.
Dig in his bag and pull out a scroll of pedigree. Just like, see?
Can I see it?
Can
Can I see it?
It says Sir Colossi.
Sir Colossi.
Just Sir Colossi?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I
Good fortune to do.
I don't consider myself convinced, but I'm not gonna ask any questions.
Digs in his bag, pulls out a signet ringlet. Come on.
That's not your size. Put that on one of your fingers.
Sort of gets just past the nail, like on his little finger. It's on, but it will come off.
Oh, Sir Colossi, let me bow down before you.
Let me kiss your ring.
It's not for wearing, is it?
You can be a
showing round.
You can be a sir if you want to be a sir. I don't care.
Well, I am. And I'm proving it, aren't I?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, it's pretty noble of you to rush in and help me. So
He's just out here doing knightly things.
Yeah.
Helping people, looking for stuff. You know, night business? Is that
we
what
don't
knights
have
do?
we don't have knights in Erin, so I don't know either.
I'm just used to wandering. Who needs nights in cities?
Settle down, have some food, have some more drink.
Probably find that between the three of us, we polish off that drink pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to pick up some more. Take off his armour, polish the armour.
Then we'll do the same. You see him tend to his weapons, tend to his clothing, all very militantly. Get everything ready for bed and be like, I'm happy to take first watch.
Sure. Or I could let the snake watch, and we could all get a nice sleep.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Let the snake watch.
Jaxon pulls up his curved snake staff, taps it once on the floor and says, "Come on, Liana," and it just turns into a giant constrictor snake.
I don't like snakes.
She's friendly.
Mm-mm.
You can pet her. She's nice.
She's gonna be watching you when you sleep.
No, she's watching the horizon. Don't creep him out.
I don't like snakes.
I can turn her back and you can take watch if you want to.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna sleep in the back of the cave.
Okay, well, she's a good girl, aren't you?
Come on, Heracles. Damon's gonna go move his bedroll to the back of the cave with the horse lying in front of him between him and the snake.
The horse eyes the snake suspiciously.
She's a good girl.
I'll set my bedroll on the opposite side of Heracles with Minnie next to me.
You're just spooned between two really big horses.
It's warm.
I guess I'll sleep next to the snake because no one else wants to, while Liana just watches.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's sort of rocky terrain, but with a full meal in you and some booze, it's like, all things considered, a pretty comfortable night.
Yeah.
Liana doesn't see anything throughout the night. Stands vigil, sort of coils round you to keep you warm, but is still sort of upright and alert.
Yeah. An alert noodle.
Alert noodle.
I think it's really cute. Damon's terrified.
You awake, fully rested.
Cool.
Oh, wants rock breakfast.
Yes, please. I'll tap.
I'll have 10.
I'll boop the snake and turn it back into a staff.
Okay.
Then we'll get the fire up and roaring again and heat up some more rock stew before we leave.
Yeah, you can sort of finish up with curing any of the meat you want to take with you.
I think that's the best food and drink we've had for a while.
Yeah. Don't really come across many giant birds to kill.
Sadly.
Oh, so really I lucked out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did us all a favour, I suppose.
This was a bit of a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to meet you two.
Highlight of the day. Just agree.
Yeah.
Jaxon just nods at Val and says, "I think we're delightful."
Yeah, me too.
Good.
No, you're a nice break from
Right
rough
away.
business.
From, yes, treason and whatnot.
Yeah, falling out with friends.
Oh.
Then he's
Oh,
gonna
well.
mount his horse.
Oi!
Yeah.
You just gonna drop that and leave?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab you by the tuft of your neck. Jump onto Minnie.
David just kicks his heels and Heracles is like, ha! Come on!
Take off after you. Being a horse. Here I come.
Val and Jax will remember this.
Talk about your feelings.
Chant.
So you ride off,
Yeah.
and you make your way to the Needles. It's a little bit of a trek, like a sort of about a week's ride, but you're not in any particular rush. Like you're not on any schedule.
Nice.
And honestly, because it's sort of getting close to midsummer at this point, it's beautiful outside, and you just get to ride through nature.
Yeah. For like at least 4 hours a day, Jax will just turn himself into a giant eagle and just fly overhead because it feels nice to stretch arms out like that.
Yeah, it's like the sun's warming the back of your wings. It's like this nice breeze that's going on.
Keeps vigilant.
Yeah, like a lot of what you're riding through is this sort of same wildland, but you also get a lot of thick forest, so it's sort of a switch between the two as you ride ahead. You know,
I'm seeing Jaxon just like soaring as a giant owl, reaching the forest border and just like straight into like a wolf or something and just
yeah. For Val and Jaxon, like you guys have been on the road for like a month already. This is you're kind of used to this way of life. You have somewhere you're going, but you like don't have a time limit of when you need to be there. So you just sort of you take breaks when you need to. You like if you find a stream, you'll stop and like cool off for the day. Like have a little dip,
Have a little swim.
a little swim. If you
Hell
want.
yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. A little swim.
Ski dipping.
should we swim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm dying to wash.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Bring the horses to the stream.
Yeah.
Heracles will just stand there not needing to drink, really strangely.
Stripped.
You're alright.
Yeah.
It's not eating or drank since we met you.
You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Unsummons it. The horse just
Vanishes.
Oh, neat trick.
Minnie is startled.
Oh.
Where'd it go?
Let's go
Don't worry, Minnie.
back to the realm of the Fae.
Right. Okay.
Nice one.
Don't worry, Minnie. I'm not going to do that to you.
Don't threaten the horse.
Damon will strip all the way off to swim in the river. He's covered in like battle scars from the arena and from being a soldier.
Yeah.
And he will just quick perception check to make sure nothing's going to eat me.
Make a perception check.
3.
It's a river. It's a nice little river.
Sweat.
If I die like this, I die like this. He's going to dive in.
Yeah, you dive in, you're fine. Like it's like quick running enough that nothing is really going to be living there. So it's cool and crisp, and it's just a delight to sort of get the dirt of a day's ride off you and just bask in that for a bit. You're in a sort of forested area at this point, but there's a lot of like little beams of light coming through the trees, and this sort of dappled sunlight dances on the water.
So Damon is going to surface again, push all of his wet fur back. He's just like dripping. And he's like, oh, bugger. And like reach over, scrabble at his pack from the water's edge and pull out like basically like a small jar of like cleaning salts. Sort of, how deep is the water?
You're up to a little above your waist.
Yeah, stand up in the water, open the jar of like really nicely scented salts, so it's like the smell just like when he opens the jar, and just starts scrubbing himself completely clean and perfumed.
Jackson's gonna strip off and get in as well, and as he does, just like druid craft some little floating flowers,
Aww.
just to have a nice little atmosphere as he kind of settles into the water.
So with the little flowers in the bath, it's like it's almost spa-esque, like an outdoor spa you've made yourself.
Just made a little bath bomb.
Yeah.
And then Valorean has finally finished taking off his armour
10 minutes later,
and then dives in and ruins your flowers. Because there's a small tidal wave.
Flowers and water like sloshes over the riverbank.
Druid crafts more.
I like those.
Thanks.
Can you like put some in my hair?
Yes, absolutely. Just what colour?
I don't care.
Okay. Let's think. What goes nicely with red? Val, what goes nicely with red?
Gold.
Gold flowers. All
Yeah.
right. like little buttercups and other sort of
Little
little gold
threads.
flowers. Like sort of makes it look a little bit like a crown for a champion after you saying that you were like a gladiator and stuff.
Little laurel leaf type.
Yeah, like a little laurel leaf type thing but with nice flowers.
Men, you could be this.
This is what non-toxic masculinity looks like.
I don't like it.
But it's true.
This is peak male performance.
Yep. Valorean will take some time and reshave the sides and back of his head.
Need some help with that?
Alright, I can't quite reach the back.
Using like a straight blade razor.
Straight blade razor. Just going for it.
Yeah, Damon will take the straight blade razor and quite expertly shave the side of your head on both sides.
Smoother than I've got it. Thanks.
That's good.
Thank you.
My dad always told me just always take care of yourself.
Good lesson.
Yeah. No reason why even in combat you should come home and not bathe. You know, you're just gonna stink the next day.
Fair. My dad always taught me to take care of others first.
Probably also a good lesson.
Yeah, sort of had a responsibility more to other people before myself. But it's nice to just take some time to decompress.
I mean, my dad was plenty good at taking care of other people.
Why?
It's so funny.
He was a courtesan.
A what?
Oh. Alright.
Yeah,
You're definitely good with Zanzan.
that's a weird joke to make to me.
Sorry.
Poor Jaxon has no idea what we're on about.
Like,
Slept with people for money?
Oh, that's a job?
that's a really bad way of putting it.
Looked after people for money?
Yeah, like accompany them and,
Make sure they're not lonely.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah.
Maybe we can hook you up with being a courtesan when we get...
I mean, I've got stuff to atone for, but I suppose looking after people, I wouldn't really want to do it for money.
You wouldn't have to then. You just do it for free.
Just, I have stuff to atone for, but I guess I could be a courtesan on the side.
I haven't explained it properly.
It's like, very intimate taking care of people.
Oh, right. No, not. No. I mean, I'm single, but
But
it's not really my whole handle on things. I'm more of a.
hang on.
Haha, I'm more of a guide.
Yeah, you can guide people. No hands?
Not if he hasn't got much experience.
It's true. We don't know how much he's got or not.
Well,
Oh, Val just is laughing and creases and just falls backwards into the river.
Jack splashes you.
His falling back into the river splashes you back.
Another wave.
Well, Damon is gonna like wash up his hair carefully, avoiding the flowers.
Oh.
Get out and spend some time drying it off properly, toweling off. He's really kind of disappointed to have to put dirty clothes back on, but so be it.
You can dunk your clothes in the river for a little bit.
Hang him up to dry.
We're not in any rush.
No.
He will wash his clothes in the river and then just lay them out in the sun.
Welcome to the beat of our own drum and all that.
Yeah.
You can find a nice sort of flat rock where there's a sort of beam of direct sunlight on it, and it'll dry out pretty quick. Like it's decently warm out that it's gonna dry in a good amount of time.
It's a laundry day.
It's laundry day.
Hello says it's laundry day.
Valorean will join you in washing clothes. Once again, these clothes that are potentially slightly too small.
But they're like little rips under the arms. And...
Little rips. He's torn the arms off entirely.
Okay, yeah.
The seams aren't great.
Do you need those stitching up?
Maybe.
Could just, need to be presentable as a knight.
Well, I've been travelling.
There's no excuse not to look after yourself.
Alright, Damon's dad. Yes, please. I'm not good at sewing.
Well, this is a time killer. Dave's going to sit on the rock while they're drying and just stitch seams. He's quite talented at this, and he has quite a lot of, like, just raw leather for working with in his bag.
Yeah.
So he sort of makes some laces up the side so they can be a little bit bigger.
Oh.
It takes a couple of hours, but it takes a couple of hours for the fabric to dry anyway.
Yeah.
So he'll just sort of make it looser so it looks nice, but it's not straining at the muscles, and at the same time he's just like, just looking a little bit.
Yeah. Again, there's little beams of sunlight coming through the trees and glistening on the damp skin of the Goliath.
Damon dries a little. Poof.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Poof. Very good.
This is like coming into his summer coat, so it's not like hugely fluffy, but it does dry fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
He can't help it.
At one point, if you two aren't looking, Jaxon will just quietly get out a book, ritual cast water walk, and then the next time you look at him, he's walking on water like, oh shit!
I love it.
Just playing a really stupid prank.
Swim over to you and try and pull you into the water like, what?
Help! I don't know what happened.
I'm gonna get you, don't worry. They will jump in from the bank and try and tackle you into the
Wait,
water.
anti-drowning!
I guess you sort of slip down his form and into the water yourself, I guess.
Drops the spell and just slides into your arms.
They would have pull him.
So you wrap up your wash day, and your clothes dry out in the sun, and it just feels nice to have clean clothes on again after riding for a while. And again, no particular rush, you sort of make your way, carry on out of your little forest glen, and get back on the road. You carry on like this for a couple days, like nothing particularly troubles you, you're taking things at your own pace, and just finding places to camp in the evenings.
As every time we camp or just on the road, over the course of a few days, you two will hear the entire story of the Typhon Assembly and everything that happened in Erin, and hear very endearingly about Icarus Pandorum and Roman too, as Damon just talks about all the people that he loves back home. Mentions his son, but then gets really sad and sort of moves the conversation along.
It's the third night of camping at this point, so you've got into a little bit of a rhythm with it, like taking watch, like gathering food and supplies, and things start winding down for the evening. You haven't really had a place to stock back up on the booze yet, so that's still sadly empty.
Disappointing.
But the company's good and the food's good, and you found another sort of rocky outcrop sort of similar to the first night. Like this one's a bit more forested, you've got like the shrubs and bushes around you as well. And it's a nice midsummer evening, so it's warm. Like there's no problem with being camping outside. Is anyone taking watch?
Yeah, I'll take watch. I mean,
Yeah.
if I can go another night without seeing the snake, I have no problem with the snake. It's just something like feral inside of me is terrified of the snake.
That is fair. She is rather large.
Yeah.
I do understand.
There's been some funky dreams, snake things.
You have snake dreams.
Seems.
I mean, it's that whole thing you told us about, right?
Yeah, and like
Right.
the giant monster with the snake fingers and the naga and the.
Yeah, it's a lot of snake imagery.
I didn't like snakes anyway, and now
Do you think that was literal, or
what?
like you actually got snakes coming after you? Is it like metaphorical of people in high places or slipperier than they think they are?
I don't know. Some of the stuff was like really literal in the funky dreams, like walk into a temple and see a fallen statue. A couple of days later, walk into a temple, see a fallen statue, really literal. And then another one was just like, hey, giant monster, that's symbolic. So who knows?
Really giving you mixed signals there.
Yeah.
I guess fate be like that. Tricksy.
And yeah, I don't know. What would a mortal do to trust the gods, right?
Yeah, there are some tricksy gods out there.
Anyway, first watch.
I'll take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wake me up for a second one.
Oh, I get a nice snooze.
Alright, Mr. Can't See in the Dark.
I mean, there's a campfire, but go off.
People see us if the fire's on.
Go get your beauty sleep.
Alright.
Okay. Val and Jaxon, you tuck her down for the night. And Damon, make a perception check for your watch.
Here's gonna be low. Yes, it's a 9. No, that's an 8.
So you're just sat watching, trying to listen for any sounds coming out of the darkness. You hear sort of animals off in the distance, like snuffling around. And I don't know, you're a bit distracted, I guess, this evening. Like,
Got a lot on my mind.
yeah, like now that you don't have the other two to sort of bounce off, you're just sort of left alone with your thoughts. So, because of that, and because of just everything that's in your brain right now, it's not until they're in the light of the fire that you notice a halfling making their way towards your camp.
Watch it, stop.
Like, just angry.
Damon stands up to his full 6'3" of height, looks down at the halfling.
This sort of 3'4" halfling with an underbite, sort of jaw jutting out, looking pretty pathetic. Must be like, halflings of course will sort of age differently to hobgoblins, to shifters, to Goliaths, but must be like, maybe they're only 13, 14. Just angry.
Okay. Where'd you come from?
East.
East.
Yeah.
Where east? You on your own?
Yeah.
I love Sasha's feral characters.
Yeah.
Make me a charisma save. 16.
One moment. 13. No, that's a 6.
Cool. It's under zone of truth.
Oh.
So just this wash of enchantment magic comes out of Damon. He fails as well. He's like, so what you doing here?
Who's gonna rob you?
You see me?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest guy here.
Oh.
You gonna rob me, huh?
Yeah.
Why were you gonna rob me?
'Cause Larry said so.
Who's Larry?
Boss man.
Jax, Val, wake up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you two both make me a charisma save? You wake up into zone of truth.
9.
It's a nat 1, so
Cool.
2.
Everybody's under zone of truth.
Tight.
This little guy here was gonna rob us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stands up to full height.
Well, why would you want to do that?
Larry said so.
Who cares what Larry says?
Larry tells us what to do.
Why?
'Cause I don't know what to do without someone telling me what to do.
How old is Larry?
Larry, how old is you? I guess they've got to make a charisma save as well, because they're approaching in the undergrowth.
Oh my
Trying to surprise you.
Yeah, it's a 60-foot,
Jesus.
it's a 15-foot sphere, so they've got to be close enough to
Hang on, so one
enter
second.
it, but
One moment. So you've already failed. 1, 2, 3. What was the DC again, sorry?
16.
One of them makes it, the other two don't, and then Lowry.
Mary.
Oh, +2. Lowry makes it.
Okay.
Glass is gonna lie about his age.
You little shit! What's you doing?
Get over here.
Ah, there's a groan from the undergrowth.
David rests a hand on each sword.
Yeah, game's up, lads.
Come on out.
Little halfling pipes out, and 4 more.
All halflings.
All half.
No.
Oh.
You got so you got the little halfling who came up to you guys. Coming out of the undergrowth, first of all, is a male lizard folk,
Ooh.
a female dwarf with a pixie cut,
Cute.
a human, looks kind of androgynous, sort of long, lank, dark hair, And then a male half-elf sort of makes his way out last of all. Just like, how many times have I had to tell you? Like, you don't give the game up straight out.
Do they all look quite young?
Yeah. The one who must be Lowry is sort of like talking to this halfling.
Is that the half elf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the half-elf. Probably looks to be the eldest of them, like maybe 21.
Alright, all of you, line up. Come here.
They all sort of sheepishly shuffle out of the brush.
So Damon knows which people have failed Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Because it's part of the magic to know which ones are under the spell.
So Lowry succeeded, the half-elf, and the female dwarf succeeded.
Okay. So, which one of you is Larry?
3 of them point to the half-elf. He's like, oh.
Okay, Larry. You can be honest with me, or you can lose your head.
I lift my hand towards the back of the cave where we were sleeping, and my great axe comes flying out from the darkness into my hand, and I just catch it.
Lowry looks kind of defeated, but also kind of fatigued. And just like, okay.
Tell us why you were going to rob us.
We ain't got any money. Got to look
Okay.
after this lot.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Hang on. Jaxon just waves his hands together and 10 berries appear in his hand. These will do you for a whole day.
What's that?
It's a good berry.
4 of them sort of lean in. It's like, get back.
You're not doing a great job taking care of them if you're not going to take food.
Well,
Where'd you come from?
Thatch.
Thatch?
That way.
Was it a town?
Yeah, like 20 miles that way.
And you're hungry because, what, you don't have anywhere to live? You're on the streets?
These ones was.
And you?
Not on the streets as such, but someone had to look after these lot.
Is he telling the truth?
3 of them like, yeah.
Alright.
Well, we got food in place here.
Yeah. Is there any trouble in Thatch? Is there anywhere else that can take you in?
Lots of people hungry, lots of people don't care. Dad got called up, it's on my own.
Called up to what?
Another niffle. Back to the army.
What for? What are Niffle building their army for again?
Everyone's got to serve sometime, I guess.
I can't leave this alone.
No, that's fair.
We got plenty of food.
Please take these berries. They'll do you for a whole day.
Larry looks a little suspicious at what you're offering.
I will
Like,
eat one just to prove that they're not poisonous.
okay. I'll take one. Eat it. It's pretty good.
They will literally nourish someone for 24 hours.
Nice. Like, go on, have your lot.
Go on, sit around the fire with us.
Thanks. They'll sort of sheepishly shuffle in, just like having been caught red-handed, then all of the fight's gone out of them. You can see they've got like little makeshift weapons, like little crummy daggers and like some sticks and things. Like, they were probably just going to sort of poke you guys until you gave them your money.
You want to do anything nightly? This is going to be the moment.
I'm gonna. Thatch, yeah?
Fetch. Yeah.
Well, we can check it out. Well, I want to anyway. See what's going on there.
How far is it?
20 miles.
20 miles-ish.
Yeah, we can make that in a day.
Yeah. Why not?
How many are there again? 5.
5 altogether.
I can probably, I mean, they're pretty small, I can probably take a couple of them.
I can just let them have a ride.
It's no big deal. Nothing going to change out there.
You say that, but
Everyone's hungry everywhere. Just gotta take care of your own, you know?
you'd willingly walk 20 miles to feed these kids?
We've been sort of trying to leave it behind us. Start new, you know? Just trying to teach this lot how to fend for themselves.
Well, attacking strangers on the road's not fending for yourself.
It's a living.
I'm gonna give them 10 gold. Just then you make a living proper somewhere else. Trust me, I know what it's like being on the street. This ain't the way to live.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Gestures to the gold.
Yeah, sure.
From the looks of it, this lot have never seen 10 gold collectively together in their lives.
Sure, I've got it. Just make sure that you look after each other.
Yeah, they was going to drop another 10 gold on them.
Jaxon, being of little money, as it means nothing to him, is just going to give him 5 days of rations. He doesn't need it.
Oh.
No, 10 days of rations.
Jeeves. It's different when someone offers it up. It's not under a knife point.
Yeah, it feels better, doesn't it?
Makes me feel worse in a way.
It's not a bad thing to let people give you charity.
Thanks. Get up this lot.
Where's the next town? There's no Thatch.
Guess closest big place is probably Whistlestack.
We'll take you there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a bit away.
No, we'll take you there.
Yeah.
Come on into the cave.
Thanks.
Let's set up some extra sleeping arrangements.
I mean, we got blankets, stuff.
Let's do it then.
Bring them in.
Sit around the fire, and if you rob us in the night, I'll find you and I'll have your fucking head.
Right. He's
gonna let Zone of Truth drop.
okay. He ferries the others in, like all looking sort of must be from about 14 to maybe 18.
Damon will heat up some water, and he's probably got like a little bit of tea with him. Just mix it up on the stove and pour everyone a little cup of it.
Yeah, they take it very graciously.
Okay. So we head for Whistlestack tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems fair to take him somewhere where they have a bit of a better chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And with all that money, you've got more than a fair chance. Alright?
Thank you, misters.
We'll probably be heading back that way, at least I will. So
You'll check.
I will check on you.
You'll know.
Alright. Okay. Find me a job.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Just get these lots sorted first and yeah,
Nice.
start again.
Exactly. Best way to do it. Not robbing anyone anymore, though.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna end up in prison,
Or worse.
and then you can't help anybody.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, sleep. A lot of you.
You heard the man sleep! And all four of them sort of snuggle down in their little blankets, all sort of ragtag.
How young's the youngest?
That would be the halfling, like must be about 13.
David takes his fur cape off and goes and lays it over the kids. Just like, it's probably big enough for all the halflings. Just lays it over them because it's super warm.
It's just the one halfling, is the youngest one.
Lays it over him, just like, come on, slip on.
Thank you, mister.
And no more stealing.
Okay. No more stealing. He sort of pokes the one next to him. No more stealing. He's like, right. Yo.
Okay, I'm going outside.
So you're leaving the little
Yeah.
overhang bit.
Just going, like, probably to the top of the overhang to sit on it for a bit.
Yeah. What are you doing up there?
Damon's just like, fuck. They're just kids. Sit there with head in his hands.
You alright?
Yeah. Yeah. They're children.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
Happens all over the place though, doesn't it?
Back in Erin, I used to put hours of work to helping out kids like them. I used to do so much good. I can't really believe that I'm reduced to just...
What, doing good elsewhere?
This feels like nothing by comparison. This feels like I'm so useless.
There's 5 kids who didn't have anything. If it hadn't been us, they probably would have been killed. So yeah, maybe you're not doing much as you used to, but as far as I'm concerned, that's still something.
5 lives isn't nothing.
You're right.
Give yourself some credit, mate.
His dad's gone to war. And I left him on his own.
Well, at least you got a chance now.
Yeah. And then we're going to spend some time staring up at the stars. He doesn't pray. He doesn't want to pray. But he's definitely questioning it. Wonders how many of those other kids were on the streets because their dads went to war. It's just shaken by the thought. You know, if the Typhon Assembly got their way, how many other kids would end up just like them?
Too many.
Yeah, from what you said, probably a lot. But on the flip side, you've probably already helped a lot as well.
Yeah, but
What?
I don't know.
It's not enough?
It's never enough.
No, probably not. But it's a big difference. Difference that no one else has made.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's hard to accept that you're a good person when you've made mistakes. But you're still putting things right. That can be enough. Sometimes it has to be, to keep yourself sane. So,
I hear you.
chin up, brother.
I need to sleep.
Alright, my turn on watch anyway.
Yeah.
Mr. Oh, I can see in the dark, so I can see anything coming.
What? I woke you up and warned you.
Yeah, not till it was too late. Go on, go to bed.
You don't know that, you were asleep.
Don't wake the children.
Okay, we'll slip that down there and he'll go to sleep. He'll just sit up by the fire, like lean against the wall and sleep.
Jaxon will also go to bed.
Yeah. Nothing else disturbs you that night. Your adoptees.
We're dads now.
Yeah.
Sometimes the family is 3 dads.
And 5 children that you picked up in the forest.
It's fine, they don't outnumber us yet.
There's 5
So-
of them.
It's fine.
No, I know, but there's 1 each at least, and then 2 for
There's 5
two
of
us.
them. Your horse, my snake.
They don't outnumber us.
We're also very big.
Yeah.
Very big.
In the morning, Damon won't rush anybody to get moving, and he will ask Lowry if he wants to learn to protect himself properly.
He sort of eyes your weapons. What, like with a real sword?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna.
And he'll take out his vicious short sword
Ooh.
and hand it over to him.
He holds it in one hand and sort of holds it up to the light. And there's the light play off it. It's fancy.
Well, let me show you how to use it. I
Sort
mean,
of points it at you.
no, not like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Stick 'em.
Yeah, he's used to sticking people with daggers more than anything.
He will spend a couple of hours that morning teaching him how to hold his feet, how to keep his arm up to defend himself. Defense is the most important thing you can learn before you learn to stick anyone.
Yeah, you'd spend the first couple of hours that morning teaching him, and you're a good teacher. He's very attentive. This is the first time he's really been given sort of a purpose as such, and with a focus as to sort of put his mind to. He is very receptive to what you tell him, and he's quick to learn.
You see that little bit of commando coming out in Damon that he never got to be in the army.
Good man.
He's like, right, till we get to Whistlestack, you're gonna hang on to that,
Yes, sir.
just in case. You're gonna protect those kids.
I will. Promise.
How far is it?
Couple days.
A couple days? I'll teach you a bit more every day.
How about that? And you pack up your stuff with your long lost orphans and their Peter Pan.
What can carry the most orphans?
They do have a horse that they had tethered a little way away.
Yeah, but do they want to ride on a tiger, Sasha?
The little halfling, Greedy, does.
Or a big sparkly panther?
Yeah, I wanna.
Yes, Jaxon will turn himself into a Nyx-born panther. So
Damn
like
right.
a larger panther with like the sparkle of stars across its hide.
Yeah, the little halfling who you learn is called Greedy.
Greedy!
Yeah. So, I wanna ride a panther. He sort of
Like puts his
runs
head
up
down.
to you.
Damon will lift him up put him on the back.
Yeah.
Grabs the fur like only children can.
Yeah!
Snarls a little bit when it grabs too tight.
And between you, so they have a horse, you've got two
Yeah.
horses, and yeah, you can fit everyone on various mounts. You've still got the lizard folk, the dwarf, the human, and then Lowry.
Lowry will pull him up on Damon's horse so he can talk to him, give him a stunt.
Fathering.
Damon just wants to father something.
Yeah, so one more will go with you, and then two on their horse.
Cool.
So, like, maybe you can't go as fast as you could
Yeah.
previously with like two on each horse, but it's fine. You sort of all head off. Again, not really facing any more trouble. Like beyond that point, you form a little dad group with
convoy.
these kids. Yeah, you're sort of teaching them right from wrong as you go, like, and they appreciate having the father figure, I guess, in each of you.
I want to watch this movie.
Right?
While you're showing like offensive moves, Valerian will be showing them the other ones not being taught like defensive, so that they can like hide and look after themselves better.
Yeah, the lizard folk who's called Eli, and then the female dwarf Kez, they're again very receptive to what you're telling them.
And I will teach them first aid.
Damon will also teach them a little bit of cooking, and a little bit of leatherworking,
Yeah.
and then in the evenings he'll get out his guitar and just play a bit of music too.
The androgynous human teenager is very interested when you pull out the guitar and sort of watching you.
You like this?
Yeah,
You play?
my mum did.
Is there any... I don't know whether I know any of your local songs, but... if there's anything in particular you want to hear, I can give it a go.
He'll reel off a couple of like tavern songs that you might have heard.
Damon has probably heard a couple of them in his time at Oxford.
Yeah.
Maybe not back in Erin, but now he's like, I know that one. And he'll sit there and he'll sing like The Parting Glass or something.
Oh! The human teenager who's called Ricket will join you.
He's also going to teach them self-care.
Yeah! Yeah, they dirty. They dirty kids.
He'd make them scrub up.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he, quite militantly as well, when they find a river, he's like, you're going to bathe, you're not showing up in Whistlestack looking like that.
Yes sir, yes sir. So the next river you come to, they'll all scrub up and
Good.
tidy themselves up a bit.
I didn't realise you were blonde. Make him scrub up, and he'll probably find himself more frequently talking about ideals that his dad taught him. Ideals of Soon and not ideals of McLubiot. He'll talk about where he gets his magic from, because that will probably come up in conversation.
Yeah.
Tell him we made an oath to McLubiot, god of conquest and war.
Lowry looks a little bit down, like crestfallen, when that comes up.
But I grew up not worshipping but respecting the religion of Soon.
Which one is Soon again? Says the little halfling.
Soon, you see her depicted as a beautiful woman, long red curly hair all the way down to her waist.
Oh, the pretty one!
Goddess of love and beauty.
Yeah, the pretty one!
You know, her ideals are loving one another, compassion, making sure that you do the most you can for the people around you, and justice, always doing the right thing, no stealing.
Yeah, but no stealing, no stealing! Like, this has come up, like, frequently. Like, whenever someone is, like, passing something to someone else, Greedy will be like, no stealing!
Good boy, Greedy.
So you roll out of bed in the morning, get into your sort of routine of getting the kids ready to go, like, on the horses. They're all, like, after 3 days with you guys, they're all pretty ship-shape. Like, they're sort of rolling their mats away and, like...
Damon's getting up and doing the big voice and being like, up, put your beds away, ship-shape right now.
Like, cleaning up the fire from last night, like, making sure nothing's going to catch on any of the, like, vegetation nearby or anything like that.
Valerian just looks at Damon in the morning like,
What were you looking at?
nothing. Back to work. So yes, sir.
That's what I thought.
You pack up the camp and make your way out of the campsite to the town of Whistlestack, which is, as you approach it, you see in the distance, sort of beyond the town that you can see, you see the first sort of peaks of the needles coming into view. So it's sort of you get given the idea by Lowry that Whistlestack is sort of the last stop before the mountains.
Okay.
As you reach it, it's a rustic, practical township, sort of nestled sort of towards the base of the mountain range. In the majority, the buildings are constructed with felled logs and stone, because we've got the surrounding fir forests and pine trees and things in the nearby area. You get a sense as you're walking through the streets that the people who live there have always lived there. Like
The local
Town for local people.
Yeah, like it's out of the way enough of other sort of populated areas that it's not necessarily known about, like further afield. And again, you get the sense that it's very much the last port of call before you hit the mountains. And so you walk past sort of well-stocked supply stores, like places selling potions and like mountain climbing gear and things like that, rope and rations and things like that. And Larry sort of hops off the horse as you're walking to sort of lead it along. This is it.
Okay, quaint little place.
Yeah. Been here once or twice with my dad. It's a nice place.
How long has your dad been gone?
He thinks about it, trying to work out how long he's been leading this little ragtag bunch. Yeah.
You're from Ethel?
Dad was originally, and then he moved down towards the Shaste. Met my mum in Thatch.
Where's your mom?
He's gone.
Sorry.
So, long time ago. It's just me and my dad for a bit.
You're doing great, and you're gonna do great. You're a fast learner. You got that money. You can find some work here.
Yeah.
We can help you find a place where the kids can sleep.
Thank you for everything you've done for us.
Just pay it forward. Do something nice for someone else.
He looks over his shoulder at the other little gang of kids, each on their separate horses and panthers. Just want to do right by them.
Is there like a town guard or anything? Or anything to that effect? Or even just a local shop that
Yeah, like plenty of local shops. Like,
maybe can go and ask someone in
yeah,
the area?
like it's the sort of place that's sort of out of the way enough from anywhere else that doesn't really require any sort of big military presence or like anything like that. And you get the idea as you're walking through, like people with sort of hatchets on their belts and daggers in their like and in holsters and things, that people are pretty hardy around here, and a lot of people can sort of really take care of themselves.
It's a small place. I was thinking of just finding someone who knows the area and asking about where the kids can sleep, boarding house or...
Yeah, that seems fair. Everyone seems pretty capable around here.
Yeah, and if not, they've got the money, they can stay in the inn for a bit longer till they sort themselves out. We'll do it.
I mean, how much does a house cost? Like, 2 gold?
Oh my god.
He's from the woods, mate.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna go into the nearest shop.
Okay. It's a sort of supply store.
Hello?
Hello? There's a voice from the back and a half-elf woman comes out. Can I help you?
Yeah, hi. A really strange request. Happened between here and Thatch. Happened to cross some kids in the woods that were looking to head here to start a new life. Bit of a long story, but oldest one's looking for work. They need a place to stay. I don't know who to ask around here.
So you could always take them to Miss Marcel's.
Miss Marcel.
It's a home for waifs and strays.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. She gives you directions. Like, again, not a huge town, so like a few streets over.
What's your name?
Melody.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sure we'll be back. Thanks.
Welcome to Whistlestack.
Then we'll give her a wink and head on back out.
She blushes furiously. Probably never seen a hobgoblin before.
Beautiful red man.
Right, Miss Marcel's. Found you guys a place to sleep.
Alright.
Good job.
Yeah.
Lead the way then.
Cool. Go looking for it.
Yeah, so it's not really sort of an official establishment, it's more like someone's house. You sort of knock on the door and a woman answers it, like sort of mid-40s human woman, red hair tied up in a top knot.
Hey,
Hi.
you wouldn't be Miss Marcel, would you?
Yeah, that's me. She's got a toddler on her hip.
I possibly have some waifs and strays for you, so.
Right, how many you got?
5.
5, okay.
Oldest one's willing to work.
Yeah, if they're willing to work to pay their way, like, help out around here.
They're good ends, aren't you?
Yes. No stealing.
No stealing, good. Glad to hear it.
I would hope no stealing. Not around here. We don't have any of that.
Well, Lowry, kids.
Collective.
Kids collective.
And Greeny.
Give you a salute in their little lineup.
Yep. Chins up. Let me see you all.
Greedy standing on his tippy toes, trying to.
Looking clean. Looking in good form. You're gonna be really good for Miss Marcel, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna work and help out where you can?
Yes, sir. No stealing.
Exactly. Good. Good.
And he's going to pass back through here on his way home, so he'll know.
I'll know.
They look like they've got the fear of God in them, just like, yeah.
Big toothy friendly David smile. Turns to Miss Marcel and is like, if you need anything, any money or I don't know how this works, but we found him in the woods.
Just so long as they can make themselves useful in the world.
Okay.
Alright, come on in, come on kids.
Oh,
She ushers them inside.
sad to see him go almost.
Larry lingers a little bit. Thank you for being down for us.
Well, thank you for listening and not robbing us.
I was gonna rob you back then.
Yeah, you were. So, might not be a sword, but Damon has a hand axe. And he's gonna slip it out from his belt and flip it over handle first to Larry. You don't hurt any people with this unless they're attacking the town, okay? But defend yourselves, and you work hard for Miss Marcel.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
It's alright.
Won't forget what you've done for us. Good luck with your mountain.
Yeah. And if anybody asks who helped you, the knight, Sir Valorean,
Sir
and
Valorean,
his squires.
Sir Valorean, Sir Damon, Sir Jaxon. Thank you all.
Thank you, kiddo.
Takes the axe and sort of shuffles away.
Well, now we're in a town. That means we can go get some booze and you can drink that away.
Yeah. Drink that away. Damon wipes his eyes a little bit.
Big arm around. Come on.
So, being a town, there is a tavern.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! The tavern is called the Hatchet and Slash.
You want to get hatcheted and sloshed?
Yeah.
We can finally play that drinking game.
Yes.
So you come up to the Hatchet and Slash, which is sort of on one end of the town. So from the outside it looks welcoming and rustic and cozy. The tavern's constructed from felled fir trees, and the inviting sound of laughter and music can be heard from the inside of the two-story building. As you enter the tavern through a heavy wooden door, you are welcomed by aromas of roasted meats and pipe smoke.
Smells good.
Yeah. It's not massively busy, but those who are already in here clearly know the place well and are comfortable being in here and being within its walls. A bartender glances up from underneath the counter as you enter, like shoots you a glance, a smile tugs at their lips.
Ducks through tiny doors like, fuck.
A Goliath walks into a bar. Ouch!
Yeah, you need to sort of stoop a bit, as the doors may be suited for someone of sort of 6 foot-ish maximum. So the bartender's eyes sort of widen as they see you, like, alright.
We've given up our fatherly duties. It is time.
Get drunk.
It is
I
time.
am going to get us the first round. What are you having?
Pint.
Pint.
Yeah. Ale.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Let's hit the bar.
So the bartender comes up to you guys, leaning on her fingers. She's an androgynous, though sort of leaning more towards sort of a typically feminine dress style. A drow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dark purple skin with scruffy cropped white hair, pointy ears, and lots of dark metal jewellery.
Yes. Damon is smitten instantaneously.
Hi, I'm Trist. What can I get ya?
Damianos, hi.
You'd like to have a tryst with her.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
What's that, Sunshine? You got something to say?
No, he's never got anything to say. 3 pints of ale.
Coming right up, sugar. Reaches under the bar, gets your drinks for you. It's 2 silver altogether.
2 silver. Flicker 3.
She raises an eyebrow. Okay.
You got any rooms for the night?
Is it Fravia? You want to be separates or all in one?
Whatever is most comfortable.
I can do you an all-together sort of situation for 2 gold pieces altogether, or if you want singles, gold piece each.
Alright, I'll go single.
You want single?
Gold.
Yep.
Go on then. 3 single rooms.
Sure thing.
Sure thing, darling. You wanting dinner?
It smells good. Why not?
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Tell me a joke.
I can do you one better.
Yeah, come on.
He turns into a squirrel monkey again.
She loves that.
And does a little cartwheel across the bar.
Alright, dinner's on me.
You sure? Yeah. Alright.
Makes a little like noise. Climbs up over and then turns back into himself on the other side of the bar.
David takes a look to see what the other patrons in the tavern are like. What they think of the monkey on the bar.
Most of them are just keeping themselves to themselves. One sort of burly looking dwarf man with huge red beard. Sort of
Looks at his bottle of his.
looks into his glass like. And yeah, she'll get your drinks out for you and head in to get you guys some dinner.
Free food.
She's pretty snacky too.
Snacky?
Yeah.
What?
He's never gonna make a croissant.
She's quite enchanting. I've never probably seen a drow before. Heard of them.
She's beautiful.
And it's single rooms. That's all the way you're looking.
Oh, that was your plan.
What?
I mean, if 3 of us bundled into a bed together, it could be equal as fun.
Valorean looks thoughtful and then just takes a drink. Like,
David looks quite smug with himself.
Jackson's blushing quite a bit as he sips his drink.
Trist comes back out a little while later with fresh homemade bread, like the sort of tear into breads.
Crusty bread.
Crusty bread.
Crusty bread.
Like, you tear into it and like
Oh, we're not crusty, we bathe!
you did bathe. It's the sort of bread that you tear into and like it's just so freshly baked that the steam sort of wafts out. And like this like big glazed ham and cheese and onion soup in 3 bowls.
This is all on you? Are you sure?
Yeah. You made me laugh.
Oh, it was a good monkey.
It was a great monkey.
I can do more, but probably not in this sort of company.
Another time.
Yeah, why not?
What sort of company?
I just mean a giant toad in a bar isn't a very good idea.
So you lot ain't from around here.
No.
Where are you from?
Gresh of the mountains.
Steps of the Azurite.
Aaron.
All over then, all over.
Yeah,
What brings you to Whistlestack?
Mountains.
crazy adventures. And this one's,
A knight.
Oh, never met a knight before.
Not many people have, it seems. Seems to be a Koresh exclusive.
you should see the size of his axe.
She's intrigued.
So close to ass.
I mean, not one to brag.
You're an impressive specimen. He's Valorean the Valiant.
Valorean the Valiant.
That's what you're trying to make happen anyway.
Val squared. Whatever that means.
Val square. No, it's terrible.
No,
No,
Yeah.
it's
that's
not
on
working.
me.
no.
You know, in Aaron they call me the Lion of Aaron. That's a snappy title.
Yeah.
Why they call you that?
You should hear him roar.
You do the roll.
You can roar.
A Damon will do the roar, open his mouth and just do the roar.
She's very impressed. The dwarf from earlier drops his beer.
I've gone
Jeez.
sober.
There's lions and monkeys in my pub.
Moran's arse!
Moran is ours. Tris leans on her fingers, very intrigued. So, you going up the mountain?
I'm on pilgrimage.
Okay.
To
To
a battlefield. Or the Three Crowns era.
You're talking about the steel fields.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it must be. I mean, like, we get people coming in now and then for that sort of thing. And she'll lean out to a window that's in one wall, and you can sort of see the mountains in the distance, and she'll point out. So, you're looking for, she sort of counts, 3rd one in on that side.
Thank you.
You want to go sort of about halfway up? Then beyond that, there's a lake that's pretty. But, yeah,
With a
about...
keep?
A what?
With a keep? On the lake? Did Roman mention that?
Roman did mention that.
Okay.
But she looks a little bit uncertain, like, the what?
Dunno. No, maybe it's not there anymore. A friend of mine who made the same journey said there was a keep on the lake, but
Oh, I mean...
maybe he meant somewhere else.
I've not been there myself, but, like, from what I heard, it's just the battlefield and then the big pretty lake.
Is there anything else about the history of the place, or?
Well, battlefield, one that was fought in the Battle of the Three Crowns, like, towards the end of it, at least. Because, like, this whole area was, like, big point of interest, because, like, she sort of goes into the fact that the Needles are a sort of central point in between Erin, Shadeborn, and Elenithal, so it would be a good
Tactical ground.
Yeah, good tactical strategic place to have a base. So the mountain range was, when it was first sort of occupied, it was taken over by Shadeborn, and so they sort of put their mark on it for a while. But towards the end of the War of the Three Crowns, there was a big sort of battle within the mountain range to try and take control of it, like being a strategic strong point. So, yeah, I've not been up there myself, but like a lot of people go up and say it's very moving.
Hoping so.
Yeah. You heading out tomorrow?
I guess so. I
Yeah.
mean, there's not much reason to stick around here too long.
Yeah, get some supplies for the road and head on up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. anything you recommend from what you've heard people say?
What, in terms of...
Things you should take with you?
I mean...
Are we gonna be mountain climbing, or are we just gonna be walking up a path?
From what I understand, it's mostly like just a steep mountain path.
No,
Like, if you're only going to the battlefield and like just want to get a glimpse of the lake, it's only about sort of halfway up.
we can do that.
Like, if you were to go any higher, I'd recommend some proper climbing gear, but if you're only going to watch the battlefield...
We'll think about it.
Yeah. Wow.
Another drink, lads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mind if I play some music?
Sure.
Cool.
There's no one on the
bard stool.
on the bard stool.
the tavern bard stool that every tavern has.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna play a bit of music. Helps me clear my head.
Alright. Yeah.
Then we'll take out his Cathara, look at it fondly, remembering Pandora, presenting it to him like he rescued this, and then feeling really, really guilty.
There's a little sort of raised, sort of, I suppose, a stage area at one end. Like, there's like some barrels on there which you can sit on if you wanted to.
He will. He'll take a seat.
Yeah.
Sit his Cathara on his knee, and just sort of strum. Just hear the music fade out again, and then launch into something very Irani.
People in here have never really heard this sort of music before, so they're a little perplexed initially, but they seem to be into it. Roll a performance check.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's a 27.
It's fucking great.
By the end, there's people like, it's pretty good. Yeah, like a few people like flick some coins your way.
Ooh.
Yeah, and get 12 gold out of it.
Ooh, thank god.
All that orphan money earned back.
Yes.
Trist as well, just like. And there's another pint of ale waiting for you when you come back.
Yeah, he plays a little longer, he sings a bit, and then he sort of bows out and returns to the table. He doesn't want to strand these two without his glorious company.
We've been having a great conversation.
Yeah, we're just chatting away.
What have I missed?
Sort of applause and sort of pats on the back for you as you come back through, and a pint of ale waiting for you.
Timon momentarily feels better for the applause, and then feels worse.
Oh.
Just comes and sits down, picks up the pint and drinks like half of it in one go and sits it down again.
Jaxon was just telling me about the time he first saw a giant frog.
It's a toad, actually. But, yeah, it was a... We found little ones, which, you know, are pretty standard. And we were just sort of like, oh, look, some toads, that's amusing. Haven't seen toads in a while. And then this great big fucker just came out of the pond like, oh, shit.
Well, the toad was like, oh shit.
It was a bit like, well, it was a bit like you finding the rock, but us finding a toad.
So
But
nothing like me finding the rock at all.
I don't have much basis for comparison here. I've seen some pretty big fucking animals. But yeah, it didn't really mean us any harm, just sort of
Spooked you.
spooked us, we spooked it. It was a bit embarrassing.
Usual spooking.
Pretty sure the toad peed in the pond a little bit. We just had to move on. Can't use that pond for water anymore, it's got toad piss in it.
Do you think toads get out and just go piss at the side?
They're amphibious, they can just... I'm sure they're toads. Surely they just sort of wallow in their own filth.
You're not answering my question.
Disgusting.
I'm not a toad watcher if that's what you're asking.
It wasn't, but now I'm thinking about it.
We just moved on. That's what you do.
One of the generals in the army used to look a bit like a toad.
Go on.
No, that's the story.
That's the story.
I have stories about other generals, but...
Well,
there
go
was-
on then. Share army stories. Go for it.
Share army stories.
That's what you do with this drinking and camaraderie, right?
Spoken like a true man who's never been to a tavern.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, army stories. I joined the Irani Legion when I was 14 as a water boy. My dad, I told you my dad was a courtesan,
Yeah, alright.
and he wanted me
Courtesan into what, boys? Is it obvious?
Well, you don't really get to join the army as a soldier when you're 14.
Alright. I wasn't judging.
Okay. Anyway, my dad wanted me to have a better life for myself, so he had a friend in the military, Captain Hephaestus, who took me under his wing, and saw a lot of potential and started teaching me how to use a sword. 15, I was serving one of the foot soldiers, called us hoplites. Hoplites. Already impressing my battalion leader. 17, was made Rani Legis' youngest captain. Captain Thalasse.
That is impressive.
Yeah, congratulations.
But one of our generals, Nemas, he had it out for me. Seemed to spurn every suggestion of promoting me any further. Always found some reason when I wasn't doing good enough. Found some discretion, something other people wouldn't be punished for.
He sounds like an ass.
Yeah, you'd think he was the one who looked like a toad, but no, he's just a jerk. A couple of years later, I was caught in bed with my colonel.
No.
And it wasn't against any rules or anything, but Nemas, took it upon himself, just snapped.
Looking for problems, really.
Yeah, like that was some sort of issue with two soldiers in bed together, as if that wasn't something everybody did in the army. And then he told me I was just like my father, and I was like, how do you know anything about my father? Turns out the piece of shit was my granddad. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, this is a miserable story. I'm gonna cut off there.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking decked him or something.
Not for a few years. I found out that my mom, noble birth, didn't want to have a kid with a courtesan. Handed me off to him, to my dad, second I was born. And Nemas had always held it against him for me being like this bastard child. Embarrassment or something. So a couple of years later, you know, we tried to keep it professional, but he confronted me, told me he would never let an altress like me climb the ranks. So I told him where to stick it. I said all the courtesans I'd ever known were better than him, and I wasn't one, but if I was, I'd be prouder of that than I would be as a general. And I decked him.
Yeah, you did.
Knocked out one of his fans.
Great.
So he told everybody that I snuck into his tent and tried to murder him in the night.
Alright.
And I was thrown in prison.
Drama queen. Absolute drama queen.
Yeah. Thrown in prison by my own grandfather.
I mean, it only counts if he doesn't treat you properly.
Yeah, no. His work.
Besides, I think he did you a kindness, your mum giving you up. Because otherwise you would have been raised as a noble. And they're awful people.
And it sounds like your dad did a fine job of raising you.
Yeah, exactly.
You think nobles are awful people. I mean, I agree. But
Yeah.
you want to be a knight? That's like
It's
a
not
noble
the same.
title, right?
No, it's not the same.
But surely you'd be working for like nobles and stuff.
Doing a good thing better than what they do. Drink.
No, come on. Talk about it. Come on. If I'm gonna tell my sob story, you gotta tell yours.
Look around.
I told you about the innocent people I ordered to be killed.
Yeah, alright.
Is Trista sat with us?
Trista's sort of busying herself with other tavern things, like
Okay.
refilling people's drinks. She's giving you guys your space.
As the three burly men obviously fall into quite an in-depth conversation.
Yeah, she knows when a man needs his privacy.
Go on. I'll stop popping up.
I told you I only became a knight recently.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
I was a squire
Okay.
for the guy that wore this armour.
That's why it looks too small for you.
Sir Colossi.
What happened to Sir Colossi?
Oh, he's dead.
How'd he die?
He thought he could take on more than he could. Dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah.
Inside
idiot.
check.
Roll an insight check.
Insight check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Like legit.
David looks me in the
Dragon.
eyes, not having believed him about the night thing before, and is like, oh, yeah.
Those are really big buggers. Why the fuck did you think you could do that?
Glory or whatever. I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah. Got burned up like a chicken.
Damn the things people do for glory.
Yeah, he was an idiot. I hated being a squire, but my dad said, "Ooh, go mate, do good things, better yourself."
That's
Well,
the
you
running
are.
Theme. You are.
You're bettering yourself.
Yeah, but now I've been trying to better myself and doing good things in his name, so I can, when I get back wearing his armour with his ring.
Well, people gonna think you're him,
No, but people might give me some respect.
or they might accuse you of killing him. Don't be Sir Colossi. Be somebody else. Be somebody better. That's a noble name.
Well, my name's Valorean, so
So just Sir Valorean.
anyway, need better armour at some point. Something that fits.
Dragon.
Yeah, right.
Glad you escaped.
Well,
Is that what you were down in the Azerite doing?
yeah, he was trying to chase glory.
Yeah, I heard there's tons of dragons down there.
He thought he could get all that treasure.
No one gets the treasure.
No one gets treasure.
It's like the first thing you learn, day one in the Azerite, no one gets the treasure.
No one.
So Azerite proverb.
It's an old Azerite proverb.
No one gets the treasure.
No one gets the treasure. Don't even dream about it.
Yeah. He was old idiot. Well past his prime. I think he was trying to prove something to himself more than anyone else.
Get that.
Either way, dead.
And I expect you're gonna do better things than he ever did. Would he have stopped and helped find kids?
God no, he would have probably spat at them.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. Chicken. I'm hungry anyway.
Yeah. I'm starving. Dig into the food.
Soup.
It's really good. Like the onion soup is that sort of caramelized point where it just makes your mouth water.
I want.
And the bread dipped into it is just something else, like fresh churned butter and
Stop.
So hungry.
One dinner.
Damon's gonna, after eating, get up and like go and find Triss. Just be like,
alright.
hey, that food was really, really good.
I'm glad.
We could like buy rations down at the supply store, or you could ask your chef to like package up a bunch of that for us.
My dear chef, would you please package up a packet of rations for our guests here? Why yes, I think I could do that.
Damon will reach forward and just very tentatively stroke her jaw and be like, please, pretty please.
Sure, I'll figure something out.
Thank you. So you run the whole place?
Yeah, smart place.
It's nice.
Thanks. Wanted to create a little home from home.
You lived in this town your whole life?
Yeah. Like ancestors way back was from Shadeborn, but they moved out here and didn't really want to go anywhere else.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cold for me, but
You get used to it.
well, thank you.
So you're heading out in the morning.
Yeah.
You doing anything tonight?
Not sure yet, but you're welcome to join the three of us.
I was hoping just to join you.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure there's enough space in that bed, right?
Pretty sizable. Really, really nice sheets.
What time did you finish?
Sort of glances at a watch that she's not wearing. Anytime. I own the place.
And excuse me, I will be right back.
She gets someone else from behind the bar to sort of carry on for the rest of the evening. It's getting late at this point anyway. It must be sort of 10, 11. They'll be kicking people out soon if they're not staying the night.
It's horse too. Like the whole thing went up. He thought he could just charge at the dragon with the horse.
God, you're really lucky with you and your horse then.
No, he was just round the corner. I was like, fuck that.
You're just waiting outside like, well, this might as well happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my funeral, you know.
It's not your responsibility if he wants to go kill himself.
No, it's not.
Damon comes back to the table and she's like, just be glad the armor survived.
Well, I mean, it came flying out on his corpse. It's really. It's just a beam of fire and just the armour and the man and the horse just crispy.
God, the dragon didn't even eat him.
No.
Not even worth that.
God, no. It was like 80.
Really gamey.
Crunchy.
She was just more of an inconvenience.
Right, well, Triss is finishing for the evening, so
Right, see you later.
I didn't invite her to join the three of us, but
Oh yeah, as if.
I was just saying,
Whatever, go on.
see you in the morning.
Have a good night.
time. Damon will go back to the bar, offer an arm out for the barmaid.
She'll take it.
Yeah, lead the way.
She leads you upstairs to cozy, rustic bedroom.
Damon shows her a very, very good time.
I'm glad. Do you guys stay down for the rest of the evening, or
A little bit longer
head up?
and then head to
A
bed.
few more
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah, a few more drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My feeties stick out of the bed.
I was
It's
just
fine.
going to say, like, bed's about like maybe like 6.5 foot at the most.
He's used to it.
Yeah, like
He just curls on his side.
Bed creaks inwards.
there's like a little chest at the end of the bed with more bed linens and stuff, so you can just get an extra blanket for your feeties if you want.
Well, I'll put my feeties on top of the chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, make sort of extension.
Bed next
Yeah.
door creaks as well.
Having been on the road for about a week, these are comfortable beds. Like
Hell yeah.
feather pillows, you sink into them, and it's very much a sort of homey place.
Nice.
Jaxon just takes the sheets off and sleeps on the floor.
Oh,
Like, don't understand. Never had bed. Want to be in the dirt.
Sweet man.
man. Yeah. And you hunker down for the evening.
And Damon hunkers down.
Damon hunkers down for a bit.
Tryst with Tryst.
Damon has a very good time.
Yeah, so does she. And will fall asleep beside you.
Damon is quite comfortable with that.
Yeah.
He's a man of no shame.
Yeah.
He will pull the covers over her, cuddle her close to his chest,
Mhm.
and feel kind of like he's. It's a bit of a freedom thing, just to have a night with someone who doesn't care who he is, doesn't know anything about him. It's been a great many years since he spent a night with someone who knows nothing about him.
Yeah. Like not having the precursor of the fame.
Yeah, he's just like, wow, I'm still attractive without being famous.
Yeah.
Right, you are, buddy?
Yeah, you are.
There you are.
Hmm.
And you settle on down for the evening. But your dreams are troubled.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hello.
You're walking through a battlefield. 3 armies in the midst of tearing each other to pieces. Behind you in your left hand, you drag a bloody, double-bladed battle axe. 3 differently adorned banners. You recognize the banner of Shadeborn with the mountain and the 3 stars and purple background, along with the flag of Erin, a trireme on a sea with a red background, and then a few from Elenithor, a 6-pointed snowflake on a grey diamond. Not as you know them, like older. You see those fluttering in the breeze as horses gallop in all directions. Swords clash and the sounds of shouts and screams of the fighters fill the field. As you walk, you're not interrupted or hindered by any of the soldiers, none of them engage you in combat or anything, and their shouts begin to dim and lessen, as though you're hearing the fight from underwater. The mouths of the fighters still move, their expressions still intense with anger, concentration and fear, but No sound escapes them. The weapons hit each other with quieter and quieter clashes until you can only hear a shrill ringing in your ears. The axe gets heavier to drag, your legs burning as you move forward, your left shoulder feeling as though it's about to be wrenched out of its socket. You move further into the center of the battlefield, and the silent soldiers start to break off from their individual fights. Heads slowly turn, weapons slowly drop to sides, as eventually the whole battlefield turns to look at you. Even the corpses of dead fighters, their limbs severed and blood soaking their armor, turn their heads to stare at you, blank eyes fixated. The axe is becoming unbearable to drag, your joints burning as you progress further, slowing until it's like you're moving through treacle. It's as though your strength is siphoning out of your body as you walk, and flowing through your hand into the axe. The eyes of the soldiers burn into you, and you feel as though your soul is under their scrutiny. The shrill ringing elevates in pitch until it feels like it's just drilling into your skull. You reach the center of the battlefield, and the battle axe suddenly flares, radiant energy that it emits shuddering through you and setting every nerve on fire, tearing a scream from your throat. The scream is what awakens you, and you're left panting and hollow. You feel drained and depleted. Mechanically, until suggested otherwise, you roll initiative at disadvantage, and you are no longer proficient with your spiritual weapon. Physically, you feel a thrumming pulse in the crook of your left arm, which makes you feel queasy to concentrate on for too long.
Damn. Damon awakes with a scream and bellows out a sound of pain and like startles out of the bed.
You feel Trist sort of shift next to you. Just reach the hand out to you. You alright?
Yeah, I just
Bad dream.
yeah. I need to go for a walk. Sorry.
Want some company or?
No, by myself.
Alright. She lets you go.
Pull on his breeches and his shirt back over the top. Just go for a walk out of the tavern into the street, moving his left shoulder, trying to ease the ache, thinking how that possibly still ache
Yeah.
when it hurt in the dream. I'm just gonna stop at the edge of the town. Cast Sending to Icarus.
Yeah, it must be. It's about 2 a.m. at this point.
Just hand on the sending necklace. Hey Tadpole, sorry it's late. Just wanted to tell you I'm okay. Miss you all.
Groggy voice back. You've got no idea how good it is to hear your voice. We miss you too. Stay safe.
We can, so he's gonna send one more. I will. Back before you know it. Just out of interest. Did you dream?
No. Nothing for me. I haven't heard anything from the other rooms either. Keep in touch.
Then he just kneels down on the road. He He tries to make any sense of it.
Mm. You can see the mountains ahead of you. Like half day's ride.
He's gonna pray, but he's not praying. He's questioning.
Okay.
He just, hands grasped together, just looks up at the mountains in the direction of where he was told this battlefield was. It's just like, what do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
You don't receive any sort of physical answer, but there's a sort of desolate, hollow feeling inside you.
Did you want me to die? Did you want me to die?
An idea sort of forms in your head more than a voice or any sort of physical manifestation out in the open. The idea of, I want you to obey.
He stands up again. And you should treat me better. He's just gonna walk around the town until he's so tired he needs to go back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna apologise to Trish and just be like, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep well, you might want to go back to your own room.
She stays with you if you let her.
He doesn't say anything else, he just flops down on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
probably exhausted,
Yeah.
goes back to sleep.
She'll snake an arm around your waist and turn in towards you.
Unresponsive to it this time.
Mm.
He sleeps holding the tooth necklace.
You don't dream again, but it's a sort of tossing and turning kind of night.
I feel bad for the elf.
Yeah. You awake in the morning and find that she's gone, but she probably has bar things to deal with. You all rouse from your various states of sleep.
Damon will head down early. Despite being tired, he won't sleep that long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Trista's already working.
Morning.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sleep rough? And on your shoulder?
I guess so.
Yeah, you can still feel this sort of pulsing
Mm-hmm.
in the crook of your arm, and
He's
it's
just gonna like put a hand on it under his shirt and just channel a couple of points of lay on hands into it, trying to ease it.
like there's no sort of wound to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more so doing something else seems to, if you can sort of avert your attention, that seems to sort of get rid of it more so.
Distract myself.
Yeah, distract yourself.
Come down eventually without my armour on, just chilling. Coming down for breakfast with just my slacks and my shirtless shirt on, just like, hey.
Hey.
Alright, gents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready for the day ahead?
Yeah. We should get a move on before long.
Beautiful.
Let's just set out then. We'll go to where we hitched the horses then.
Yeah.
Or my horse at least.
Oh yeah, Damon hitched his. He's not resummoning it if he doesn't have
Okay.
to waste the spell slot.
Yeah. Cool. So you
Pericles has been standing there all night like,
alert.
alert to no need for food or
Fable.
water.
No need to sleep.
Minnie just nuzzling like, you alright? Are you good? Just sleep. Please go to sleep. Get back up on.
Are you shifting, Jaxon?
Oh no, I'll just get on the big horse.
Okay, cool. Don't waste the wild shape.
Jetpack. Valorean. Grab you by the scruff of your neck.
Ah! Stop! I can climb!
Yeet you onto me.
No!
And bickering back and forth, you make your way out of Whistlestack and towards the Needles. And that is where we will end tonight.
Ah! I'm full of emotions.
It's him!
Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you, Sasha, for
Thanks
DMing.
you guys for playing. You guys are the best. I love you all.
We love you.
Merry Christmas when we are filming this, when you are seeing it in March. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in the next one. We are nyxrising, and we love you.
Bye!
Bye-bye!
Three naked men
Splashing each other.
With all their clothes on a rock.
And flowers all around.
Hello everyone, it's Damianos. Thank you for joining us for the first part of a very special two-parter, The Sleeping Keep. Don't forget, you can support our adventures over on patreon.com/nyxrising, or check out our Teespring store for merchandise for both of our shows. And special thank you as always to our executive producers, Mason Scott, Meghan Charles, Adira A, Emily Hogarth, Jameson M, Lissa, Katelyn Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, and Leah Moran. Until next time, keep your head up and your heart strong, and we'll see you on Wednesday.